I'm Geoff White from the Faculty of Education and formerly of the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences at Monash. And our workshop that we'll be running together is Planning Your Teaching, and it's a very practical workshop. The workshop truly is based on activity. There'll be very little formal input from myself. There'll be an activity that I'll speak to as we move through it. Now, the activity is based on helping us to move from a very common form of lesson planning in universities, which is a list of content dot points. And in the format that we will use, we'll break the teaching session up and we'll work with a 50-minute teaching session for the purposes of the workshop. And we break those 50 minutes up into three chronological parts. There's basically an introduction and then the body of the teaching session, which could be a lecture, it could be a tutorial, it could be a fieldwork experience, it could be a laboratory activity. So this model is very adaptable. And then there's the third component, which is the conclusion. And then across those 50 minutes, we'll be thinking about and actually planning for not just what the teacher does, but more importantly, what is the learner, what are the students going to be doing during that 50-minute session? Now, it may not be a 50-minute session that in your real-world educational work you teach within. It may be much longer. It could be 3 hours or 2 hours. We will use a 50-minute session just to engage with the principles of this three-part model, and in particular looking at what will the students be doing during our teaching session, and then what will we be doing to support them. We'll also be looking at how to write clear and simple goals for ourselves, their teacher goals, and we'll look at writing the sorts of statements that the university requires us to write for our students' learning, and we'll call those learning outcome statements or learning objectives. So we'll write some of those for a 50-minute session. We will then plan a 50-minute session with an introduction, the body of the session, body of the lesson, and then a conclusion, and we'll think about what will the students be doing and what will we be doing to support them during that time. And this model, as I said, applies to lectures. So we will be thinking about what can students do as learning activities during a lecture, and that links very nicely to another workshop that will be available to you on planning interactive lectures. We will also then conclude with how to evaluate, strategies for evaluating the success of our teaching session, which means evaluating the extent to which the students have achieved our outcomes for their learning. So I look forward to working with you. This is a workshop that we've run many, many times. We've had nearly 2,000 people run through this workshop, and we've incorporated their feedback to improve it each time, and I'm sure you'll have a very positive and worthwhile experience with this workshop.